You probably know this move. And this is me. And this is the invisible effect in DaVinci Resolve. Yes, you can build this by yourself and even better. Hi, let's check my clip. I'm awkwardly waving my hands around because apparently it looks cool and helps enhance the invisible effect. I wish there was an easy way, but we'll need to hop over the Fusion page in DaVinci Resolve. You can use a Chroma key and a separate background, but in this case we're going to use the magic mask to isolate myself from the clip. I've also prepared the studio as a separate static image. Let's make the selection for the magic mask, and I choose this frame so it can better pick up the darker blue tones of my shirt and give us a cleaner and more accurate track. Just to be safe, I'm going to add a negative selection to exclude those areas and improve the tracking. And let's see what DaVinci Resolve came up with. That tracking is smoother than freshly shaved legs in the middle of the summer. Looks pretty much perfect. Now we need to add the background. Hold down Shift and drag it into a line, and the Fusion will automatically create a merge node for us. Here's the idea. Once we have me isolated with the magic mask, that becomes my silhouette. After we add the displace node to the studio background, we need to connect the magic mask into the displace node by plugging it into the green triangle so it can pick up the effect and apply it to me. Now we push refraction strength almost to the max, and we get this nice refraction on the background based on the magic mask shape. We can also boost light power just a little bit to add a white glow around the edges of my head, but honestly that part is optional and it just comes down to taste. But I can see a bit of my shirt still showing here, so let's fix that. In the magic mask, under the matte tab, we'll just gently tweak the erode slider until we cover it up completely. And it doesn't matter if the mask ends up with a slightly weird cartoon-like edge. This won't really be visible once we have the displace effect on top. I don't know if you noticed, but the background is also affected by the displace node. To prevent that, connect the magic mask with the merge node, and this will isolate the effect completely from the background and apply only to the mask. Since the effect is pretty strong, I look like I'm liquid, and honestly it makes me feel emotionally unstable, so I'm going to add a prism blur after the merge node to smooth things out. Just play with the options to achieve the desired effect. I will adjust only the aberration distance and blur strength. After, connect magic mask to the blue triangle of the prism blur node. Now it's time to add a transition. We add the fast noise node after the displace node. It automatically creates a merge node for us. The idea is to make the effect trigger in small patches across the skin. We increase details, contrast and scale. Then, in the merge node, we set it to behave like a mask. Then we go to the color tab. Switch the type to gradient and start squeezing the colors closer and closer together. Since this is a mask, black represents the invisible area, so we lower the black opacity to 0. Now we've got these nice patches. We can optionally smooth them out a bit, because it kind of looks like the ground is opening up. Unless this is the desired effect. Then we add a glow node between the fast noise node and the merge node. Let's add a keyframe to the fast noise by animating the offset. Let's also smooth out the animation so it will be pleasure for the eyes. Just checking if everything is working properly. Looks like we've officially gone invisible now, so if I suddenly disappear, Mid-sentence, don't panic is just the effect doing its job.